Hey, listen, I ain't never seen like cape sessions like the ones I see for people who cape for Drake. It's a whole other level of caping, coping, anything else when it come to that guy, man. Recently, I think it was yesterday or something. 21 did an interview on Perspektives with Banks, right? Long ass interview. But we're going to focus on the part where they talk about Drake and Kendrick and 21 claiming that Drake didn't have nothing to gain. And he told Drake not to even get involved in the battle. This whole narrative about Drake had nothing to gain is BS. BS. He did have something to gain. That's why he did the battle in the first place. He would have got a lot of credibility. It would have boosted his credibility as a rapper. Let's make no mistakes about this. If he would have defeated Kendrick Lamar in that rap battle, it would have put him in a whole other stratosphere. All right? Make no mistake about it. So this whole narrative, we got to did that. But let's listen to these clips, man. It's just really one clip. And then we're going to check out some comments because I've seen at least one really good one. But we got to put to bed this whole narrative. Drake ain't had nothing to gain. He should have just never engaged. This, that, and the other. It's a bunch of bullshit. Let's get started.
21 Savage sat down with Big Bank for Perspektives with Big Bank, and 3-hour-long conversation that premiered last night. I tried to get through the whole thing. Y'all fell asleep, but it was a great conversation. So they talked a lot about in the opening because even on 21 Savage's new album, he talks about like kind of how things have shifted, like the streets, and he doesn't just mean like street culture. He means like what's real, what's fake, being able to tell between the two, right? So they're talking about the whole beef with Drake and Kendrick, and he says he told Drake not to get into the beef. Let's take a listen.
But I told Drake, he called me one of them days, I called him. I think this was after the first song, the song with Metro them. And I said, goddamn, you finna go into a battle that you can't win. Like, there's no way you can win.
What you mean?
No matter what, bro, certain situations, even if you win, you still don't win. What he would have got if people would have quote unquote say he won, because I don't really look at like who won or who lost if I'm still being streamed the most. Like, so, but people.
We do got to stop right there because he said a couple things there that just don't make sense. So let's go back a little bit.
Metro them. And I said, goddamn, you finna go into a battle that you can't win. Like, there's no way you can win.
What you mean?
No matter what, bro, certain.
So first of all, what would make you think this is a battle he can't win if you think he's the better MC? If he out-rapped Kendrick at every angle, if he was just like, you can't say that. Nobody was saying that with the Meek Mill situation. So what's different, and I know there's a lot of differences between Meek and Kendrick. I'm not saying that, but when it comes to just battling, if the consensus is that he beat Meek, he lost the push, so he was 1 for 1 at that time. What would make you think he can't beat him if you thought he was the superior MC? Him being number one, that's not a lose-lose proposition. In fact, that gives him the more favorable, quote unquote, position because he would seemingly be more popular. You would think he would have more of the crowd. I mean, I think this is what he thought anyway. I mean, we found out that's not the case. But more so, it was more that he went up against a superior MC. So this first notion that it was a lose-lose proposition, bullshit. All right. It wasn't a lose-lose proposition. And Drake didn't think it was a lose-lose proposition, or he wouldn't have engaged.
Situations, even if you win, you still don't win. What he would have got if people would have quote unquote say he won, because I don't really look at like who won or who lost if I'm still being streamed the most. Like, so
now we got to start with that. You're not looking at who won or who lost if I'm still being streamed the most. See, and he's not the first person to take this route on a battle just because they're trying to salve over the sting of the loss that their boy suffered. Now this is what Pusha T was talking about. I never got to that video, and I seen Charles Brown's video he made about Push when he said, "Ain't no point. Rap battles dead. There's no point. There's no winner or loser." And this is what he's talking about. I don't look at who won or who lost if I'm still being nigga. There's got to be a winner or loser. What's the point in engaging if all you're going to do is default to these numbers? The numbers really have nothing to do with the battle itself and the outcome of the battle. You can say, yes, he lost that battle. And yes, he's still the most streamed artist or rapper. The two things can be true. The two things can still be true. But you can say definitively, yes, he won or he lost. That can be definitive while he's still streaming. So there's no, oh, I don't look at who won or who lost if I'm still being. No, nigga, you lost. You lost. It would be like if I'm getting more money than another guy, right? We get into a fight. He kicked my ass, and I say, well, I still got more money than you, so I really didn't lose. And no, nigga, I lost the fight, man. You know what I'm saying? I lost the fight. There has to be a winner and a loser, or there's no point in the competition. No one's out here competing for fun. We're not playing. This is part of that whole, y'all remember the everybody gets a trophy culture. Y'all remember that phase, right? There are no winners or losers. Everybody's a winner. No, nigga. Sometimes you lose. What Pop say? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you live to fight another day. Yeah, I probably fucked that up, but y'all know what I mean. No. So this again, this is part of the Cape for Drake movement. All right. That's what we're gonna call it, the Cape for Drake movement, where they take everything. And I swear, man, if I ain't know better, I would think these is talking points he give these guys when they do these interviews, knowing that they're going to be asked about the battle. This is kind of what you say right here. Take this angle, because this has been said by so many people, especially, you know, the stars and other artists when they come out to Cape for him. Oh, there is no, he's still, I'm rich. He's rich. He's the richest. He's the richest. He's the most streamed. How did he lose? What did 50 say? What did he lose? What did he lose? You're still the richest. Just again, when it comes to these niggas, though, do you think that they would be saying the same thing? Or if it came to him winning, do you think they would be saying the same? Do you think this would be the narrative had Kendrick lost? Had Kendrick been clearly out rapped, out strategized and all that? Do you think these niggas would be saying this? Well, he's still Kendrick Lamar. He still got class. I mean, he really didn't lose. No. Niggas will be like, yeah, nah, Drake, you know, Drake's the greatest. He's the greatest. You know, he went up against Kendrick and he beat him and he's the greatest and this and that and the other. Wouldn't be none of this Cape shit. But this is the Cape for Drake movement, man. Let's keep going.
But people say like, oh, Kendrick won. Kendrick, a good ass rapper though. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And some of his songs was hard. Yeah. But goddamn, Drake, I like Drake songs too. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like the only difference is when you're at the top, when you the number one, where does winning put you? Yeah. You can't go like number 1.1.
That sounds fucking stupid. That sounds stupid. That's like saying, if that's the case, why continue to compete? It would be like in sports and Brady saying, well, I'm already the greatest QB. Why would I keep practicing? Why would I keep trying to put up numbers? Why would I compete when I go against other great quarterbacks? There's a clear and definitive win or lose, period. That's the essence of competition. That's the essence of competition. Win or lose. And losing doesn't have to be as bad as these motherfuckers is making it. And you want to know the other aspect of this, that they always want to just either neglect to talk about or fail. The post-battle shit, the antics, the bullshit, the lawsuit, all of that. All of that. This didn't have to be as bad as it was as far as the loss. But now they're not even addressing the loss. They're trying to change it. This is if it wasn't for people like me and a bunch of other smart guys out there, Nolan, Charles Brown, a bunch of the other ones, we just know better. All of y'all fine people, y'all know better. It would be very, very clever, right? But you got a bunch of idiots out there who will listen to this and slurp it up, pause, right? Because it's a media tactic, it's a propaganda tactic. And what they're trying to do is change people's perception about what really happened. Leaving out the fact that it's a competition. There has to be a winner. There has to be a loser. Niggas ain't saying there was a draw, right? But because Drake didn't clearly win, they have to change the conversation around the whole thing. This is exactly what Pusha T was talking about. What the fuck is the point in getting into a rap battle if niggas is just gonna make up some shit to make it seem like there's no winner or loser just because somebody's richer, got more streams? There ain't no fucking point.
So how the could you win anyway? That's what I'm saying. But I feel like the only difference is when you're at the top, when you the number one, where does winning put you?
Yeah.
You can't go like
it solidifies you, bro. It continues to solidify and build on your legend, the lore. Listen, man, he knows this. He knows this. This would have put Drake in a whole other stratosphere. Hey, let's not make no mistake about it. This shit would have solidified him, so to speak. Right? It really would have solidified him going up against Kendrick. And had he done to Kendrick what Kendrick did to him? Come on now. This would have only added to the lore. Can you imagine the type of shit people like academics and Aiden Ross, even 21? Can you imagine the shit they would be saying at this point? No, not only did he lose, but then he did the most sucker shit that you could do. He sued. And they don't want to talk about that aspect. Not only did he lose, that's one thing, but he couldn't take his loss like a man. He couldn't just suck it up and get back to the get back, right? Get back to the music and all that shit. No, he had to take the most sucker route possible. And fuck all that. He didn't sue Kendrick bullshit because we know what the real reason he sued was. Nobody trying to hear none of that shit, man. This pisses me off, dude. You know, I wasn't never really a 21 Savage fan. I didn't mind some of his songs. I never really thought he could rap all of that good, though. But like when I hear stuff like this, it just makes me look at these dudes a whole different way. Like, dude, what you get? Let's keep going.
Like number 1.1. So how the could you win anyway? That's what I told him. Like how can you win?
It's ego involved though.
It's definitely ego, and it's just some love. Drake really loved it. Like and Kendrick really loved to rap.
Yeah, and that's that end part
That's
is actually the key.
Yeah.
They're both MCs who like to compete. You know, you can say whatever you want about Drake, but he's showing us that he likes to compete.
Yes.
Win or lose.
But that's a real rapper.
That's
and a
what
real
rappers
lyricist,
do.
right?
That's right.
Like you look at Jay-Z back in the day. Jay-Z went at small rappers going at him, and he went at major rappers going at him. If you're a rapper, you're an MC, you like the competition.
Nothing wrong being competitive.
Not,
Nothing wrong being
not
competitive.
at all. But if Drake had won, he could have it almost sounds like in the beginning of that clip that he's telling him like, you're already there, so it's no need to compete. Like, where do you go from here? But if Drake had won that beef, we would have said Drake won. It would have been a little different for Drake.
Yeah.
But that's the risk you take when you engage in a fight. You may win, you may lose.
Yes.
But I don't have a problem with him being competitive. He just got his ass kicked. It's okay. He's still Drake at the end of the day.
And 21 got into that conversation as well. Let's take a listen to clip number 2.
They want to tell the top down.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
So
They come with it.
How can you win a battle when want you to lose it? Even if you win, you lose. No matter what.
And I don't agree with that proposition that they want to tear the top niggas down. I don't agree with that. Because if you want to say that Kendrick is the top guy right now, some people will, some people won't. Mostly Drake fans. But let's just say he's one of the top guys. Let's just put it that way. Besides Drake stands, no one's trying to tear him down. You got the game on his little bullshit antics, but no one's trying to actively tear him down. Let's go back. You had Jay-Z Nas battle. Nobody really was trying to tear Jay-Z down or not. It was a battle. You had people say Nas won. You had some people who still tried to say that Jay won. We know that didn't happen. But like, there's this whole proposition that they just want to tear the top niggas down. Yeah, there's going to be some people who don't like the top person who won. But if you a solid dude for the most part, there's nobody actively trying to tear you down, come for you. A lot of times that shit is because people do dirty shit and they move and they not moving right. Let's just be honest. All right. All this, Drake is the victim of people hating and all these people who champion Kendrick and all of this and champion the battle and the outcome. That this is just them hating and wanting to tear Drake down. That's bullshit too. And again, we are still not adding into context everything that happened post-battle. All the things that happened that continue to put Drake in a negative light. Coming at LeBron, going at D Rose, on and on and on and on and on. All of these things are part of the picture. All of these things add to the weight of the loss from the battle, do they not?
Even if Kendrick never responded, man, if Drake just dropped songs and goddamn Kendrick never responded or nothing, he still don't win because his position didn't change. He was already the top.
Yeah, but that's
Stop, man, stop. We just hey, this Cape for Drake movement is crazy. These niggas be doing all types of mental gymnastics to get through this shit. Yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro. This nigga need a sign. Cape for Drake. Cape for Drake. He didn't lose. Cape for Drake. He didn't lose. Cape for Drake. He's who we choose. Cape for Drake. Get the come on, man.
it sound different when them folks got down playing your Super Bowl, but this song,
it do.
that shit different. Huh?
I guess.
That
He
shit
said, I
different.
guess.
Like,
21 didn't like that. He said, I guess. No, nigga, it do. You. This is the where they just ain't being genuine. How would 21 feel if somebody dissed him on one of the biggest stages in the world? Let's just think about that. You think he'd be like, I guess? No, he'd be mad as a motherfucker. Come on.
hey, you know, numbers don't lie, but bro, that gotta feel a certain type of way, bro.
What you talking about? To hear this you at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and to goddamn them arena, them folk like, homie, you know, Kendrick been a great artist all this time or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he ain't had that look. That Drake dish run look been his biggest look.
Drake couldn't get that from him.
Facts.
That's my point.
Stop. Now, did winning the battle boost I guess boost Kendrick to another level? Of course it did. Nobody's going to sit here and say it didn't. Either winner of that battle would have been boosted to another level. Saying that Drake wouldn't get that is bullshit. It's bullshit. Can you imagine Drake doing a tour after definitively vanquishing Kendrick in a rap battle and doing a Family Matters song or any other of the diss songs? Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Let's stop that, man. Let's stop that, dude. All that. Yes, I will concede there is a boost that Kendrick got from winning. That's facts. But the winner, either winner would have received a boost. Either winner. And Kendrick already had a stellar career. Has been having a stellar career. All right. And let's not make no mistake about it. Losing that battle would have definitely, tarnished him a little bit as far as like, his skill set and people thinking like, he was as good as everybody thought he was. Now, I think he would have handled it totally differently and kept making music. And it would have been like maybe a Nas Jay-Z thing where you just, all right, well, whatever. I'm going to just keep making moves and shit. Right. He definitely wouldn't have handled it the way Drake did. But this part right here, too, part of the Cape for Drake shit, man. The Cape for Drake shit, man.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't like that conversation either,
Right.
though, because I don't know why we act like Kendrick Lamar wasn't Kendrick Lamar
Exactly.
before all of this. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick Lamar he won a Pulitzer Prize.
That's true, but
like this man has been selling out arenas all over the world way before this.
That is
But for some
factual.
reason, people feel
He
like
got so many Grammys
That's
before
factual,
this.
but that beef took him up another level, I would have to say. People who might not have known who Kendrick was
it
know who
made
he
it
was
trendy to listen
from-
to Kendrick.
yeah,
I feel like
I think so.
He's a
But we can't take away
superstar.
what Kendrick has done.
Yeah, we're
though.
acting like he wasn't already a 1A artist already.
was.
He was, but if it made it a little bit more trendier or something. And
Like 21 said, it made him 1.1. Like he was already an A artist. Now it made him a little more to people that might not have known him.
Yeah, no. Anybody who had won would have got more visibility. It would have counted for something. That's on my main point is this. It's not to say Kendrick wasn't already great because we all know he was. But when the winner, either winner, it would have counted for something. Just make no mistake about it. Drake won. It would have counted for something. It would have boosted him in people's eyes. That shit would have been used in so many ways. No. And that's the thing. This is part of the Cape for Drake movement where they try to diminish the loss, right? And also at the same time try to diminish, honestly, Kendrick's career by saying, oh, if it wasn't for Drake in that battle, he wouldn't be this. When he already was that. What are y'all talking about? Did he get more visibility? Yeah, but that would have been for either side. Either side, this would have been beneficial for winning that battle.
defeats Drake's point. I mean, 21's point. Then.
What's that?
He said you can't
know
Made
who
it
he was
trendy to listen to
from-
Kendrick. I
yeah,
feel like
I think so.
He's a
But you can't take away
superstar.
what Kendrick has done.
Yeah, we're
though.
acting like he wasn't already a 1A artist already.
was.
He was, but if it made it a little bit more trendier or something. And
Like
it,
21 said, it made him 1.1. Like he was already an A artist. Now it made him a little more to people that might not have known him.
That defeats Drake's point. I mean, 21's point. Then.
What's that?
He said you can't be 1.1 when you're
that's what
already
I
number
was
one.
saying
So
like
what
a
are you
couple
saying?
seconds
Kendrick
ago.
was already
It would have
up
been a different.
All right.
If Drake won,
It
he would have been
It
1.1.
crossed him over a lot more.
Kendrick Lamar.
I think it crossed him over a
He's
lot
been
more.
crossed
I think
over.
that battle crossed him over a lot more.
I
people.
think it just made more conversation around Kendrick Lamar. And there was conversation there already, but I don't know. It did make it different. It felt different. I will say, too, people talk about what that battle did for Kendrick, but Kendrick just topped Hot 100 Songwriter of the Year for the first time. And a lot of the songs on here that they're crediting him for are not just, it's not like us is here, but you got Humble. There's so many other songs that I'm just pointing it out for the people because they like to make it seem like this battle made Kendrick a superstar.
The beauty about Kendrick Lamar is every single time he drops an album, it's an event.
Right.
Like every single time. Like this guy will take 4 or 5 years off and come out with an album, but every
facts.
single time he drops, it's an event. He's gonna win mad Grammys. He's gonna go on tour, sell out all around the world. The guy was,
But you got to admit that Not Like Us was a different level.
of course,
okay.
it was a different type. Yes, a different type of record.
It was
yes.
a different type of everything.
By the way, for
But mind you, he wrote it. He wrote it. It came from him. So yeah, it's a different level, but he wrote it. And it was a part of a rap battle.
any hip hop artist, you get a Not Like Us. Like it's just a different type of Not Like Us is don't come around too long for any artist.
But I feel like the dots just connected everything for Kendrick that year.
Yeah, the dots connected for that.
Super Bowl.
That's what
yeah,
they do.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, the record,
Absolutely.
the Grammy.
Phenomenal
It,
year.
it was everything.
Yeah, one of the greatest years in hip hop history. But you
can't
don't
plan that.
But you don't get that kind of year if you already don't have the foundation and
That's right.
career that Kendrick Lamar already
That's true.
had.
You don't get that from just going viral real quick on
No.
TikTok.
I agree.
I agree.
No.
And they did get into, I know we got a rap, but they did get into like, the Gunna conversation. They also talked about, if you guys want to take a listen to the interview, and they also talked about Metro and Drake, if there's a chance for them to ever work together again.
21 makes it seem like Drake and Metro are going to work together again. I'm not going into that because that's not what this conversation is about. All right. But he did say, did Drake apologize to Metro? Metro was still kind of like holding it against him, but he said there's a chance that they're going to work together in the near future. Y'all can go check that out though. But I do want to point out something that's really important here. The point of competition is to win. It's to stack up wins because that adds to your resume, right? When you got a quarterback like Brady, every Super Bowl, that's what puts him at the top as the GOAT, does it not? Because of the Super Bowls. You could be a Dan Marino, and Dan Marino is a great ball player, but he didn't win no Super Bowls, right? Still one of the greats. But one of the things that puts Brady in the stratosphere alone is because he wins. He wins when it matters. On the biggest stage, in front of the biggest crowds, he performs and finds a way to get it done. Floyd Mayweather, go to any of your favorite sports and think about those who are at the top, the cream of the crop. What puts them there? Winning, performing under pressure, and winning, finding a way to get it done. So to say that winning this for Drake wouldn't have meant nothing, what is it going to do? Is it going to put him at 1 point? No, it's another notch in the belt that puts you in a different stratosphere and further separates you from your peers. Because after that, there's a couple things that happen. One, nobody else is going to try you because they know, okay, this dude ain't to be fucked with. He might have lost the push, but goddamn, he beat me and Kendrick. Like, no, we ain't. Or, somebody else may try you, but it's just like the more you win, though, it's just going to add to the resume. It's going to add to the lore. It's going to add to your career. Man, listen, Drake done beat like 4 or 5 dudes already. Man, what are you talking about? No, what other rapper has done that? That's what they would have been saying. What other rapper has beat that many top tier rappers? People that we consider to be, that's what the story would be. Oh man, Drake beat like 2, 3, 4, 5 top tier rappers. Who else done that? Who else been in this many battles? Who else came through all these battles? That would be the story. So you can't take that away. So this whole argument, this whole talking point of he ain't have nothing to gain by engaging with Kendrick, or what did he really lose? He's still the most streamed. He's still rich as hell. Come on, man. No, that's the Cape for Drake movement. That we not letting that narrative slide, because in every other sport, in any other type of competition, there's a winner and a loser, and the point of the winner is to win. It adds to the resume. There's nowhere else where people would say this bullshit. You think Brady ever got on the field and said, I mean, I already got 4 Super Bowls. What's the point? And it doesn't matter if I get a 5th, like I'm still Brady. No, nigga, I'm coming out here to play, and I'm getting another one. Because that's going to put you in a stratosphere all by yourself because of those wins, because of that resume. So this is really kind of sucker shit, man. With 21 talking about, it's really sucker shit for real. These niggas just can't acknowledge, okay, he lost and he did some sucker shit after the loss, and it don't look good. But they want to try to spin it like we fucking stupid and don't understand what they doing. No, nigga, he lost, period. And had he won, he would have gained a lot too. It would have added to his lore. It would have put him, honestly, a notch, even further notch above the rest when it comes to rappers and battling. It would have put him up there, but it didn't. And y'all got to acknowledge that. Y'all niggas need some counseling. So let's check out a couple comments real quick before I wrap this up, though. All right, now this is the same clip, but I want to look at this comment right here. He said, fuck is this nigga talking about? Bro, when Drake dropped push-ups and went back-to-back with TMF, wasn't nobody saying this nigga was the bad guy for stepping on Kendrick's neck. Niggas was telling Kendrick he need to respond, hitting Dot with countdowns, talking crazy about how Dot was washed, Drake is the GOAT, and giving Drake his props for how spicy the nigga was talking. This whole Drake is a victim and had nothing to gain by battling Kendrick because the game was rigged shit is sore loser coat. Facts. 21 fuck with Drake and respect him for being loyal, but that respect disintegrates when the loyalty isn't accompanied by truth and accountability. And that's the main point right there. These niggas claim to be solid, but they can't even be stand up when it comes to what really happened and how they been acting afterward. So all this, I'm gonna keep it real shit, I'm a solid dude. Y'all can't even be solid about the truth of the situation. Drake thought Kendrick was a pushover on the mic like Ross, Weeknd, Rocky, and Metro, and approached his first 3 diss track as such, which was a mistake. Then got bodied, couldn't keep up the pace, and couldn't come close to matching his hit diss. So he lost, period. The game wasn't rigged. He just got outmaneuvered, outperformed, and outcharted. Had he, his fans, and his bootlickers simply accepted that, held the L, and came with refocused energy and a fresh hunger to rebound, this shit would have died down a long time ago. That's true too. That's true too, man. But no, you get the lawsuit and all the other bullshit, right? Instead, this nigga on here crying about how the game was rigged because his panther lost, or his partner lost. Hey man, look, I was gonna read a couple more, but this comment right here really does everything, really says everything that makes the whole point, right? That makes the whole point. So look, join the conversation, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, hit the like button, hype the video. I'll check you guys out in the next one.